Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to part 17 of the TOS Enterprise build. Today we're going to work on the three rings, painting those three rings on the bottom of the saucer, and then we'll move on to installing the grills to the nacelles. So let's go take a look. Well, hello everybody. Just going to do an update. I wanted to paint these three rings here. The impulse deck area and everything's looking good. All glued on. Got that spine piece glued on, looking good. Went through and touched up some areas. Touched up around here and gave it a light sanding and touched it up some more. Painted the inside of the whole color. That way when the clear piece is on, if you can see that, I don't think you really will. You'll be focused down inside. But and then touched up any of the windows that needed a little touch-ups. Mainly it was this one here, and I think there was one other. I think just getting around that piece there until I do the window maker. As far as the side windows, they were pretty clean. I have to hit that with a little sandpaper. But I only think I had to touch just a little corner on those. Were great. Yeah, I think I only had to touch a little corner right there on that one. I might want to hit it a little more, but you can't hardly tell because my paint's so close to the hull color. But yeah, but I figured we'd start doing this. Let me keep this stirred. Doing these rings now. They have it like what they listed as a rust ring, transparent, and they have it for here, and they have it for the, I think, the weathering. Even it's number 16, or well, that rust ring on the top. They have it for, which this would probably work. But what I did is I started off with a base of this Hisico. I think it's from Amazon. I ordered it through. It's a real cheap stuff, or I might have found it on eBay. I don't recall 100%. But it came with like a whole tub. Pretty much all these. I think, are, for real cheap. And it gives me a lot of the good basic colors, and then off colors I go to Hobby Lobbies. And then that's where I put a little bit of the pure gold in to give it more of a yellow, because this is already kind of off rusty yellow brownish kind of. And then I took Anita's bronze, which has a coppery rustic kind of vibe to it, and that with that and the gold, it gives it a little flake in there, so you see all that color. But I started putting a little more gold in there to just give it more yellow instead of actually using yellow. But it's working out good, so I figured we could get this in here, wet Q-tip. Since it is a acrylic, I can just wipe what I kind of overshoot. You can even let it dry and still come up and clean it up. And that's what I'll probably do. Just let it mainly dry and then clean it up. But here we go. I already started doing a little test area there. But I'm just taking a brush, and Boyd has a good idea with a one of those medical plungers, which work really good. You wouldn't have any real cleanup like I do. And then he makes it really runny, so it kind of moves like a panel liner, like the Tamiya black panel liner and stuff. This is working good enough for me. I don't have one of those things, and I don't feel like taking to dry for that, so. But I am going to look into that next time I'm at a Rite Aid or CVS or something. But I got this one. It just fits in the groove real nice. Try to make my paint runny enough that it flows good, but thick enough that I'm not going to have to make a million passes at it. And I don't know how deep and rich I want this to be anyway. I don't think so too much. So one good coat might actually be enough. And then I like with the metallic bronze and the metallic gold, I get a little bit of a shimmer out of it. And if I get anything too heavy, I can wipe it off right away, so I'm not there rubbing, but I think we'll do fine. It's definitely not the fastest way probably to do this. A whole lot there. Get you to move down this way. And now a little overspill. Just a quick little wipe. So this isn't really going too bad, especially being a water-based acrylic. Now, if you're dealing with an enamel or something, you'd have to be so perfect on. It's so hard to clean. Up, you're over. Spills like I'm doing there. But for water base, just hit it with your hand if you have to. Yeah, I'm liking that. And it's got a little sparkle. Once it's drying, it calms down. Once it gets its satin color, it'll calm down. So I think one coat's going to do good. I don't want it overbearing. Like, still wet, it's kind of looking overbearing. Surely, since I painted it, I shouldn't really be spinning it around, but it's doing okay. That's getting in the way. Hi, Jack. Cat Jack just jumped on the chair behind me. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's kind of cool. Hey, bud. Almost done with the smallest ring. And I guess I could have made it like real thin and seen if I could get it to run, but then I figured I'd probably have to do a couple passes because to get it so thin that these metallic paints run. Would mean it really wouldn't cover, especially when they already have a problem covering. But yeah, I'm liking that. Like I said, right now it's wet, so it's going to be really shiny and more prevalent. But once we clean it up and hit it with a flat, I think we'll be alright. I want it to look a little different than what's 100% Canon. So that's where I thought using some metallics would be neater, especially when they're saying from Polar Lights it should be a coppery, what, a rust ring. Yeah, well, as soon as it dries right there, it's not so dull, but you get some angles, you get a shine. So that's the way it's going to look when it gets hit with a satin, because the satin will dull it down anyway. But this stuff is a flat, so it should give me an idea what it'll look like right away. And it's a little weird because right now the hull's more in a shine because I hit it with a gloss to seal the hull color in. So that's going to make it a little easier for the decals to move and not get silvering. Yep. Just tedious back and forth. And if I have a lot of paint on it, I just don't plunge the brush down in the groove so much. Just let the paint kind of whoop and get in the channel, and it starts to wake itself like almost like a panel liner. But I want to get a good one coat. So there. Okay, and we finally made it to the closing of this loop. So this is a little wider band, so make sure I'm covering it all. I have to go back and forth. There. Well, I won't bore you with the last one, but we'll come back when we're cleaning her up. So, see you shortly. Okay. I went through and cleaned the first ring, but all I'm doing is just dipping a Q-tip in a little soapy water. Get rid of some of that we already wiped off it. And I keep the other side dry to wipe off the residue. And I'm just going around. I like to pick a place where I'm starting all the time so I don't think, oh, did I go there already? And just rub it over that edge. And clean up where I kind of went on top, and then I use this to pick up, because your water, you're going to make that rusty gold residue, so that picks that up. And you'll see a break line between the color, and you can use this wet Q-tip to even make that line a nice seam line all the way around. Just clean it up so beautifully. Alright, so we did that side of that ring. And if you get a little bit of a haze of that, it's not a big deal. The gold way out there, because it's supposed to look like a weather line anyway. Now this one I wipe stuff with my hands quite a bit, so I have to hit the wide band of gray quite a bit. It's getting cleaned up. Right? I had a pretty good run with this side of the ring. Let's go hit this side. Like I said, if it leaves a little bit of a gold rusty haze, which I'm kind of a little bit seeing, I'm not overly worried about it because I want that to be weathered anyway. And I'm probably going to use something similar to do the coppery weathering. I just might make it more on the copper side. I hit some of my fixes on the windows. Well, there wasn't really much on this bottom half. I just know I hit that there, so I gotta hit that with the hull color. Need to stay up there because I know I hit some spot with a hull color. Alrighty then. But there it is. All done. As far as getting those mustardy yellow, goldish, coppery, which they call rust ring transparent, but it's quite close to theirs, but a little more copper in it. But I like it, and that's all that matters. Sometimes it's nice to make them a little bit your own. It's in the flavor of what the real ship is. Once it's sitting like that and you're looking from underneath, it's going to give you enough. So there you have it. Rust rings in. Well, hello, welcome back. I decided we'd put some of these grills in. I got them nice and painted silver. Alright. I believe the way this goes in, and hopefully fit in. I sanded them pretty good. Everything else with grills going down were tight, so. So that's, now that'll be, oh, that's going to look great. Well, let's get some glue. And get them in permanently. Let's pop them out again. Nope, that one came out pretty decently. I wonder if we should glue you in first. And do a real light. to start pushing that in. At least now with the glue being down there, it wants to slide and move better. Alright. Down there. Tag it with some of this quick set ultra thin. It'll act like a little tack. I'll help that stuff stay down there. Help hold it while the other glue sets up. A little bit of a pain here. There you go. And let's do some of this one. Oh, you kidding? Good thing it come out that way. You gotta be kidding me. A little hair there or something. Alright, what side do I like better? Nice. There's a smaller one. At least this small one's going in nice. Yeah, that looks really good. And I'm getting a good shine, even though I already painted those grills satin. Alright, and then I want to put sometimes that helps these fit down. Might have a little bit of a loose grill there. If I can. There we go. Let's go with the regular extra thin. Which usually has a little more gluing power than the quick set, because it can sit there and attack the plastic a little longer. go. I'm liking that. Put some glue in the channel again. I go fast, but once in a while I stop so it can flow a little better. I don't want so much that's going to go flowing all over. Trying to push that way to help close that gap. Again, we're going to get this quick set thin, extra thin, so it actually will start tacking this down quick. There we go. And now for the last one. A little stubborn on this end, aren't you? Let's let the glue do its thing. We can get some of this in here too. I have a little bit of a weirdness in the paint there because it really gushed up. I don't think that's something I can't fix. It's just lightly hitting with sandpaper. That looks a little higher. Yeah, it's just not staying down. Yeah, it was just not staying down. There we go. Beautiful. I'm very happy. they both are. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how to do that. I wonder if we can get some light through one of these. And when we got negatives here. Oh, nice, and I have those open. Let's make sure we have what lights we have in there still working good. You're going to have to grab on. The red on here is a constant power, so don't need that one. I should be able to see if we can get some blue light here. And see how much it's actually going to go through. Not too bad. Like I said, I didn't want it overpowering. Probably still could have went with my high density ones, would have probably gave us a little more. And that's good enough for me. We got the grills in. They look good. It's giving me enough light that I want as far as the blue. The yellow's a little weak, but what can you do? Too late now. So, till next time, thanks for watching.